Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ bless, Most High in Christ bless. I'm Captain Ishaiah. With me I have
Officer Yuri. Shalom.
And welcome to another episode of 15 Minutes with the Captains. And real quick, I'm going to go over World War III. World War III. Now, this is a very extensive topic. It's going to be difficult to cram it into 15 minutes, but Lord's will, you'll be able to get it in 15 minutes, all right? So let's open up with Revelation 11 and 14. Revelation 11 and 14.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 14.
Come on.
The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Now, it says the third woe. Now, we got to know what woe means. Let's go to Hosea 7 and 13, and I'll explain that revelation real quick.
Hosea chapter 7, verse 13. Woe unto them, for they have fled from me. Destruction unto them, because they have transgressed against me.
So, woe means destruction. So, go back to Revelation 11, 14.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
The third woe cometh quickly. The second destruction has passed. When you read Revelation chapter 9, it talks about the first woe, first destruction. Now, the second destruction is past, and the third cometh quickly. Why does it come quickly? Because a day to the Lord is 1,000 years to us. So in the eyes of the Lord, destruction is coming very quickly, and it's the third destruction. We've already had World War I, World War II. Now it's time for World War III, the third destruction. Now, there's a lot of things that's going to happen in that third destruction, okay? Very important, okay? Zechariah 13 and 8.
Zechariah.
Because what you've seen in World War I and World War II is nothing compared to what's going to happen in World War III, okay? Go ahead.
Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8.
Come on.
And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
2/3 of our people is going to be cut off and die. Meaning, for every 100 people that you know of the children of Israel, 66 of them are going to die. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of blood. That's why when you read Isaiah, it tells you that the blood will be up to the horse's bridle, meaning Christ is going to be drenched in blood in those days. Okay, and that's going to come when? In that World War III. Okay, so now Revelation 9:15. So 2/3 are going to be cut off, right?
Revelation chapter 9, verse 15. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared.
Now, what I want you to realize is the Lord has angels to fulfill every purpose. The Lord has angels to fulfill every purpose. Often when you read in the scriptures and Chronicles, when the Lord sent Israel out to battle, he would have angels fighting in the midst of them. Why? Because those angels were created to destroy. Just like Christ is the captain of the host, meaning he's the captain of God's army. Okay? These angels are an army. These angels and everyone in that army or that military that the Lord created of angelic hosts has a purpose. They have a purpose. So we're going to read about these angels that the Lord actually made for a purpose. Go ahead.
And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared.
Which were what?
Prepared.
Huh. These angels were prepared or made with a purpose. Go ahead.
For an hour and a day and a month and a year.
Now it says for an hour, for a specific time, these angels were made. Can you read that again from the top?
And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year.
In a specific year, in a specific month, in a specific day, and in a specific hour were these angels created to handle their business. In a specific hour. Go ahead.
For to slay the third part of men.
We just read that about the 2/3. These angels were created for a specific hour to slay the 2/3 of men. Revelation 18, verse 10. They're created to slay in a specific hour. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon.
The great city Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, the whore that sit upon many waters, is talking about America. Alas, alas. Go ahead.
That mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Whoa. In what?
In 1 hour is thy judgment come.
The judgment of the Lord has been determined in a specific year, a specific month, and within a specific hour. And in that time frame, the Lord said those angels that he created for that judgment, it's only going to take them an hour to destroy Babylon the Great. That's some power. But now, some of you may say, okay, how are these angels going to do so? When you read Revelation chapter 7, it tells you that actually, let's go to that real quick. I wasn't planning on it, but Revelation 7, verse 1. Revelation 7. What do we read? We're reading prophecies that shall come to pass. 7 and 1.
Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth.
Standing on the 4 corners of the earth. Go ahead.
Holding the 4 winds of the earth.
The winds are the armies. The winds are the armies. The angels are holding back the armies for what? World War III. They're holding them back. Go ahead.
That the wind should not blow on the earth.
That the destruction shall not come upon the whole earth, meaning everything being destroyed. Go ahead.
Nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth.
Wait, what power are these angels that were prepared? They were prepared for a year, for a specific year, a specific month, a specific day, and a specific hour. Read that part again.
To whom it was given to hurt the earth.
These angels were prepared to destroy everything. That's how much power the Lord is giving. We just read about them in Revelation chapter 9. It says they were prepared for a specific hour to slay the 3rd part of men. Go ahead.
And the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees.
Why? Until what?
Till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
So now, the laws of God must be sealed in the servants' foreheads before those angels can let loose. Before that World War III can come to pass and destroy. Destruction is coming. You better choose what side you're on, deliverance or destruction. Choose ye this day, because it is prophesied by the one true God that this will come to pass. It will come to pass. You better believe it. Isaiah 54, verse 16. So, we didn't finish Revelation 18. I'm sorry. Revelation 18 and 10 again.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 10.
Come on.
Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city. For in 1 hour is
One hour is what?
thy judgment come.
Oh, we did finish it. Thy judgment come. The Lord's judgment came in that hour. Isaiah 54, verse 16.
Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16.
Because remember, the angels are holding back the armies. They're holding back. Just like now, you have, give you an example, you have America, nuclear weapons. China, nuclear weapons. Iran, South Korea. Everybody has enough to destroy everything. But what's preventing them? The angels are holding them back. The angels said, nah. Y'all not going to press any button. You're not going to open up that suitcase and press that little red button. That's not going to happen until the saints of God are sealed in their forehead. Sealed with what? The laws of God. That's what you see today. The rising up of the saints of God. And when that sealing process happens, the 144,000 are sealed with the laws of God in their minds. Know for certainty World War III is coming. Know for certainty the angels are going to let those armies loose. Nukes are going to start flying. But you may have not known that nuclear weapons are in the Bible. But we're going to show you. And they're going to be used when? World War III. World War III. So when you hear about them nukes start flying, know for certainty the 144,000 have been sealed with the laws of God. Read.
Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16.
Come on.
Behold, I have created the smith that blow.
A smith is someone who builds weaponry. When you think about those old medieval movies, Braveheart, and so they're always in this hot sweatshop, dipping what do you call it? Steel, right? Molding steel, hammering it. They make weapons. The smith, blacksmith, makes weapons. Go ahead.
I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work.
So now, he created the smith that blow the coals in the fire and brings forth an instrument. Not a sword, not a spear, not an axe. Brings forth an instrument. Go ahead.
For his work. And I have created the waster to destroy.
Now, this is very important. That same smith, later on as time goes on, is not a blacksmith anymore. He's now considered a waster, because what he now makes, or she now makes, can waste everything as far as the eye can see. Some of you think Hiroshima and Nagasaki was something spectacular. Oh no, you have no idea what that waster that the Lord made has created so far. The Lord made that waster. The Lord made that smith. And it's for a purpose. What? We just read, to slay the 2/3 of men. Most High is going to kill a lot of people, but we don't fear God. But God is going to make sure, listen, I'm going to show you not the white man's power, I'm going to show you my power. Because the one that you're revering for the creations they made, God made them. So read that last line again.
And I have created the waster to destroy.
So he's created the waster to destroy. Job 20:25. The Lord created the waster. And guess what? And Job saw this through prophecy. Job said, wait a minute, I've never seen anything like this. I've seen the work of a smith, but this thing that I'm seeing right now, this is of the waster. Go ahead.
Job chapter 20, verse 25.
Come on.
It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword.
Now, Job sees a vision. Remember, during his time, they never saw anything like this before. Job says, it cometh out of the body. He says the gall of the earth. Did you read that part?
Not yet.
Go ahead. Okay, read that. Go ahead, read.
It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall.
Come out of his gall. So now, silos, missile silos are beneath the earth, okay, are underground. So now, a missile, when it's in the sky, looks just like a sword. It looks just like a sword. But Job said this sword is not a regular sword because it's glittering. Something is coming out of the back of this sword that I've never seen this before. It's glittering. What is that? What is that? But where did it come from? It came out of the gall, came out of the body of the earth, meaning these missiles come from, the missile silo opens up, rockets fly out. Okay? That's where nuclear bombs are stored, but underground. It's in a missile silo. But guess what? Job saw that during his time. The Lord revealed that vision to Job. Isaiah 13:13. And when are these going to be released? When are they going to show their full strength and power? World War III. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 13, verse 13.
Come on.
Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place.
So now it says the earth, whatever is going to be used. Job saw it. Job said this glittering sword comes out of the earth. Guess what? Isaiah said this thing is actually going to shake the earth. It's going to cause the earth to be moved out of its place. Go ahead.
In the wrath of the Lord of hosts.
Who's doing this?
The Lord of hosts.
The Lord of hosts is going to cause the earth to be moved out of its place. Meaning, when those things hit, you're going to feel it in another country. You're going to feel it across waters. You're going to feel it across continents when one of those things hit. Go ahead.
And in the day of his fierce anger.
Wait, in the what?
In the day of his...
Remember, those angels were created for a specific year, a specific day, specific hour. In the day of the Lord's what?
Fierce anger.
His fierce anger. Where he can't take this filthy place anymore. He says, you know what? It's time. The angels will release the four winds, and those nuclear bombs are going to start flying. Revelation 6:14. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 14. I know I'm about a minute over, but we're going to try to get through it real quick. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 6, verse 14.
Come on.
And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together.
Like a mushroom cloud. Same thing. They're looking at things they've never seen before. So when you see a bomb hit, the mushroom cloud goes up and it rolls up. It looks like a scroll being rolled up. If you ever roll down a scroll, that's a mushroom cloud. I hope y'all understand that. So read that again.
And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together.
So he couldn't see the heavens anymore because that mushroom cloud clouded everything. Go ahead.
And every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
I want you to see that thing. This, whatever caused that mushroom cloud, which is what? It ain't a daggone firecracker. It ain't a 4th of July sparkle. Something had to hit the earth to create a mushroom cloud. And the power of that thing was so great that it moved the earth. Keep reading.
And the kings of the...
Read verse, it said the islands out of its place.
Yes, sir.
Read that part again.
And every mountain and island.
And the islands. Some of you think you're safe over there in Haiti, Puerto Rico, over there in Jamaica. Oh, you think you're safe. It says every mountain and island
were moved out of their places.
Oh, you're going to feel it too. You're going to feel those aftershocks. You're going to feel that thing. The island is going to shift. That's how powerful this thing that the waster has created is going to be. 2 Peter 3, verse 10 to 12. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10 to verse 12. So not only is it powerful enough to shift the earth, but let's see.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10.
Come on.
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
So now that's that same day we keep reading about. Weren't the angels that's going to destroy a third part of men, weren't those angels created for a specific day? Now that day of the Lord is what? Shall come what?
As a thief in the night.
Because you don't know that day. You got those doomsday preppers prepping for that day. You don't know that day. Because that day is not going to come until the 144,000 of the saints of God are sealed. Go ahead.
In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
So now, remember that mushroom cloud? Now what comes from that mushroom cloud is a great noise. Boom! When that thing hits. Go ahead.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
I want you to think about how powerful this thing the waster created. Not only is it's going to be loud, not only is it going to be flying in the sky, glittering sword, not only is it going to be so powerful, the earth is going to shift. The islands are going to move. Not only is it that powerful, but it's powerful enough to melt everything. Read it again.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
So you see these buildings that are so well made and they're able to withstand hurricanes. They're able to withstand earthquakes and all of that stuff. You can't withstand this nuclear bomb that the waste has been creating by the hand of the Lord. Go ahead.
The earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved.
All those things shall be dissolved. All the works of man are going to be dissolved in this place. Go ahead.
What manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Come on.
Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of God.
So it says, looking forward and hasting for the coming day of the Lord our God. Why are we looking for and hasting that? Because in their destruction is our deliverance. Go ahead.
Wherein the heavens being on fire.
The what?
The heavens being on fire.
Because when they said when the atom bomb was dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they said the flames were actually above them. The way those bombs work is every bit of oxygen molecule is on fire. So wherever there's air, the air is on fire.
That's crazy.
I hope y'all understand this. And when is this going to happen? World War III. Go ahead.
The heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
The elements shall melt with fervent heat. When is this? World War III. Real quick, last scripture, Isaiah 9:19. Isaiah 9:19. So World War III is going to come with a lot of things. They're going to say peace, and suddenly destruction is going to come. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 9, verse 19. Through the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire.
You see that thing? It says the people are going to be the fuel for that fire. That fire is going to burn everything. And the fuel of that thing is the 2/3 that's going to be burned up. Right, Israel? So we must repent, keep the commandments of God, be profitable servants, not only hear, but apply all that the Lord has said. And with that, Israel, we say shalom.
Shalom.
Now they will see the true men of God. We are not black men, we are the Israelites. Take care of us. And our children too. We have repented. How about you? People want to know who's the king.
Oh, nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father. Oh, nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father.
Now why they trying to make it so hard to serve God? And why when I say that I'm a Jew it sound odd? For years I've been walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it sounds wrong, man.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcast, and stay up to date with us. more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.